You are special, but you're not the main character. Let's be honest, you can't be more special than other people. And what's funny, the more special you try to be, the more average you actually become. There are lots of individuals who think they are way different than other people. Spoiler, most often they aren't. Not to mention the people with the main character syndrome, which may be even worse. Now listen up, the harsh truth is, if you see other people as NPCs, you're the one who's most likely the closest to being an NPC. Here's a fun stat. According to multiple studies, up to 80% of drivers see themselves as having above average driving abilities. It's the same with people who think they are special, or who think they're above average in terms of intelligence. Welcome to the world of Pride. A place in which the majority of individuals see themselves as better than other people. But if most people see themselves as better than others, then who's actually better? Personally, I believe that all people are equal. We all have different personalities, different memories, different dreams, talents and skills. And everyone deserves love and respect. Think of it this way. Most people love dogs and cats. Isn't your fellow human being much more than a dog or a cat? Aren't we more than animals? Or different example, almost all parents love their children unconditionally. So why won't you love your neighbor unconditionally? Does that mean that kids are worth more than other people? We all have the ability to love. As Christian, I believe we got it from God, because He loves us unconditionally. Sadly, many people genuinely hate other people, and when you hate others, you most likely also hate yourself. You hate other people for their flaws, therefore you also hate yourself for your flaws, and vice versa. But be honest, have you ever met a perfect human being? Probably not. We all make mistakes. What we need is maturity. Maturity is partly about realizing that even if we all have flaws and make terrible mistakes, or even commit crimes, those things don't define us. Even if you constantly make mistakes, it doesn't mean that you are worse than other people. Same with others. If someone you know seems like he's bad at everything, it still doesn't mean that you're better than him as a human being. Mature people love God, love other people, and love themselves. And you know what's one of the things that differ mature people from immature people? It is humility. Immature people think that they are the greatest, and that other people are NPCs. While mature people don't really care about who's the best. Mature people don't need to prove their worth, and they don't see anyone as better or worse. Or do they? In my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Therefore, a truly humble, mature person can even see in others something greater than in himself. But it's not about thinking that other people have more value than you. It's about knowing that other people lived their lives, and that they go their own paths. We don't know what others went through. We don't know their experiences, their abilities and their talents. I train calisthenics, and just because I have built a lot of muscle from physical training doesn't mean that I'm physically fitter than the skinny guy close to me. Perhaps he's an ultramarathon runner. Then even though I also run a lot, in terms of running I'm still probably very weak compared to him. And it's true not only for fitness, but in every sphere of life. Everyone you meet probably have at least one thing they are better than you at. And back to the thing about being special. You are both special and not special at the same time. You're an amazing person, but when you start thinking less of others, you kill that amazingness within. And when it comes to growing and trying to surpass others, here's something I recently heard on a Sunday Mass in a Catholic church. I don't remember the exact words, but translated to English it would sound something like, don't try to be better than others. Try to be better for others. Yeah, I've learned that from a priest. People underestimate Catholic wisdom, and overall they underestimate Christian wisdom. Oh, and if you see the wisdom of these videos as valuable, don't be shy. Go and slash that subscribe button into a million pieces. A like or comment would also be nice. Thanks. Of course, it is not like I'm all loving, humble and mature. I still often resent others, hate myself and think of myself as if I was better than others. I still often don't apply what I preach in these videos. I am still prideful, but everyone can embrace humility and grow above their pride. Want a true example of humility? Socrates. He was curious of the world and of others, and so he constantly asked other people questions. And even though most of those he met were way below his level of logic, he still conversed with them and was ready to learn from them. And you know his famous quote, I know that I know nothing. And another example? Jesus Christ. There is one story in the Bible in which Jesus washes the feet of his disciples. Without a specific reason, he just shown that even though he was the Lord and the teacher, he came to serve and not to be served. As Christians, we believe that Jesus is God. Now imagine God acting more humbly than most people will ever be able to. Humility is true strength. And once again, humility is maturity. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Mark 10:43. And if you want to hear something more about self-love, I think this video is for you. It's about how self-love ties to being independent and free from social approval. Thanks for your time. Growth is our duty. Bye.